Hello and welcome to Seth of All Trades. Today, we're going to be talking about terrain. Not just any terrain though, we're going to be tinkering with our own. Boop! I don't know what that was. This beauty right here, I believe was about $5 at Target, kind of in that section when you first walk in with all the cheap trinkets and stuff. This was purchased for me by my lovely wife. She walked into Target, saw this, and thought of me. Which, I couldn't ask for anything more. Today, we're going to be turning this. While it is very nice as is, you could easily throw this on a map and have a sweet piece of combat terrain. You know, we're going to just level it up a little. So, let's see what we can do with it. Here's a closer look at the initial target stump. We're gonna clean this off real good because, you know, people's grimy hands and some factory oil or some other garbage is on there. Go ahead and dunk, and boom. Time to prime. This is gonna put on a layer. It doesn't have to be thoroughly coated, but just a layer of texture so that the paint kind of clings to the material better. And that'll really help the paint hold longer and be more durable. Oh, let's paint. Here we go. Get them paints on that. And we're gonna start with this nice little exposed wood. The top of the stump. Get our first layer on here. Let's go ahead and get a little touch-ups. Get nice in the edge here. This first layer, we're gonna put a base coat of all of our various colors on our stump here. Might take a few layers for the lighter tones, but this will give us a good base to work off of to build up the layers of texture and detail and all of that as we move along. So I am excited to get this down on the table to throw it in front of my players and see what they do with it. I'm really anxious to put it in an encounter of some kind. While it does provide, could be used as a nice little display stand or something, or part of a diorama, something like that. I'm very excited to use this in a game to see how the players interact with this large stump. I do have a few ideas, some more stuff I could do with it, so we'll see how that goes. So here we're getting some of the green down. You might have noticed in the original sort of paint job of this, the green is very just like splotched on there. Didn't really line up with the grassy or moss texture. So we're gonna do a better job this time around. Really get it kind of coated on there and then give it a bit more detail and kind of character. It's time to throw in the wash. So this is gonna really soak into the various grooves and nooks and crannies of the stump to really darken those areas. And you'll see once it dries, it kind of sucks a lot of life out of the colors. So we'll go back in and bring those tones back out. This is a great step as you're painting because once you're done with the highlights, this really provides a nice rich texture and brings out a lot of the details of whatever you're painting. Now, we are going to slap some highlights on there. And a good technique for this is just to start kind of back with the same color as the base coat you put on, or even a shade darker, and then build up those layers of highlights as you go. First, these are just the same colors and tones that I initially put as the base coat, just to bring all of the textures back up. So dry brushing is where once you have paint on the brush, you just remove as much of the excess as you can. That way, as you brush over the texture, where those sort of ridges in the texture are, it grabs the paint off of the brush, but you aren't worried about sort of getting the paint down in the grooves that you've just applied the wash to. It's a very easy way to get a whole lot of detail in your painting with just a few steps of getting a base coat, throwing on a wash, and then dry brushing to bring those details back out. And what you'll see me do here is slap on a couple different layers of highlights, and by doing so, getting lighter and lighter in color as you go through rounds of highlighting, but also getting lighter and lighter in your pressure with the brush on those textured elements, so that you're leaving less and less paint behind, and therefore sort of building up these layers of texture and drawing out those details of the actual sculpt, whether it's a piece of terrain like this, or minis, or that kind of thing. It really helps highlight the detail. Finally, we're gonna go in just with a brush and just put a few final little blips to kind of create some contrast and really give just a few more details to these leafy green bits. And there you have it. I would love to hear how you see this being used in a game. If you were to run it, drop that in the comments below. I do have plans to kind of continue to level up this tree stump and give it a bit more versatility and detail. So I guess if you thought this was cool and want to see what I decide to do with it in the future, be sure to like and subscribe below. And I suppose we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.